Hi everybody! Megan here and my daughter Harper, and we're bringing a very important message to you today. I was thinking about the first thing that I would want to teach anybody, and that would be about debt. And that's because I know how it feels. I was $40,000 in debt not too long ago, and getting out of debt and really understanding how to get out of debt quickly helped me secure a stay-at-home mom job, which was awesome. We live on one income, and we have learned how important it is to be out of debt. And so I want to share with you, or anybody who you know that you can think of who is in debt that needs this message, 3 reasons. How many reasons? 3 reasons why you need to get out of debt now. So let's get started with what debt is. All right, so we are talking about anything that's not an asset, anything that's not a mortgage or has a climbing asset that's attached to it, like an investment or a business. Anything that's optional, anything that was on a credit card, a vehicle, student debt would all be considered consumer debt. There is no way to sell something off to pay for it in the end, so it goes into the consumer debt pile. It becomes something that eats up your money, and you need to get rid of as quickly as possible. So that's what I mean by debt. And the first reason why you have to get out of debt right away is because it eats up your crucial cash flow. It is so important to have cash flow. It's what gives you the freedom to make choices and to do things when things happen to you. So, as you can read, you owe that amount every month. No matter what, you have to pay that amount, and a portion of your income is already gone. So, when you run into a struggle or a hard time, you still have to pay that, and sometimes above other things, because it will affect your credit score. And if it affects your credit score, then it's going to have issues in the future when you need more debt, or when you need a new credit card, or it can affect your interest rates, which could cost you thousands of dollars, or you might not be able to get a mortgage or reach a goal that you want to reach. So it's really important that you can get out of debt now, because it gives you so much more freedom to make really cool goals after. Also, if you have cash flow, you can put it into things that make you money, that make interest, that do things for you. But if you're paying debt, you have to pay interest. So you lose money plus interest, and you're paying for somebody else to get rich. So you need to get your cash flow back. Second, it can create stress. The number one reason relationships fail is because of money. And that's a huge statistic. And of course, everybody wants to be successful and to enjoy their life. So this is one reason why you need to get out of debt that's really important. Debt kind of looms over you. It stays there until it's completely paid off. It never disappears. It doesn't give you a break. So it's important that we get rid of it. Okay. Also, it's really hard when you start a cycle of debt, because it's difficult to get out. As soon as you get into debt, you are constantly behind by so many $100s a month, or some people thousands of dollars a month. And so to get ahead and not get into debt again going forward becomes far more difficult. And it's actually really easy to get in debt, and it's quite difficult to get out of debt. So another reason it's important to get out of debt is so that you can get ahead. And the third, and possibly the most important reason, is because it inhibits savings. And it's really hard to save money when you owe money to somebody else, or if you already have a chunk of your income that's going somewhere else and you can't put it aside. Also, it's kind of pointless to save sometimes. If you're paying 18% on a credit card, then why are you going to put it into a savings account at the bank that makes 2 or 3% if you're lucky, right? And then we don't think about the future very often. We live in a very now society. But I want you to think about the future. I want you to know that the sooner you start saving for retirement or for the things that you have coming up in your life, the easier it is and the faster you get there. And And who doesn't want to try and retire early or to reach their goals and to really be free in their second half of life? Because now we're seeing people who are still working well past 65 because they have to, not because they want to. And that's a big distinction. So, how can you start getting out of debt? Well, I always recommend free advice first. And I always recommend... Oh, can you look? Can you see? Should we talk about it more? Yeah? Do we talk about money?
No, we don't.
We don't?
No.
No? So I think as a society we don't talk about it enough. It becomes this taboo subject. So when I say that we need to talk about it more, it's because we have more combined knowledge than we do individuals. So the more we talk about it with our friends, the more we learn from them, and the more they learn from us. It keeps us far more accountable, and you probably have more in common than you think. Most people are really afraid of being judged when they talk about money issues or money struggles. But often somebody will want to help you or respect that you want to spend more and you can't make it to a dinner that everybody's going out to or whatever that's coming up. So definitely practice talking about it more. And if you're really shy, a great place to start is in a Facebook group like Money Savvy Mastermind. And that happens to be a group I'm in every day, answering people's questions, and we all help each other out. And it's a mastermind forum where we can learn about better techniques and better ways to save money, and there's some great experts in there. Also, you need to get real with your finances. One of my very first clients, I asked how much they had in debt, and when we added it up, there was $14,000 more than they thought. They didn't know what the interest rates were, they didn't know what the minimum payments were, and it ended up costing a large percentage of their income just in minimum payments every month. So I think that's actually what most people do, is they kind of ignore the numbers or don't get to know them, and just getting to know them opened up their eyes so much that they started to get excited about getting out of debt. So definitely take a look at your statements, get to know your numbers, make it something upfront that you can make a priority in your life. And last, don't just get out of debt, but crush your debt. Meaning put way more water on the fire than you are doing right now. Make it way more of a priority than it is. If you're paying the minimums or just the, very basic payments, it can take you years to get out of debt. Just like it could have taken us years to get out of our debt just 4 or 5 years ago. And if we would have done that, I definitely wouldn't be in the position I am now, where we can live off of one income, I can raise my kids, we have reached all of our financial goals, and now I just want to give back and help others do the same. So, if you have any questions, I welcome you into the group Money Savvy Mastermind on Facebook, where you can ask questions. You can also follow me on YouTube, or just like this, share it on your Facebook wall or to a friend who you've been talking to about money or debt, because it's a nice message to share. We all want to do better, and I encourage you to make debt your priority to get out of now, and I'll continue to give information about that later. All right? Bye for now.
Bye.
Say bye. Say bye.
Bye.
I have my own hairdresser.
Movie.
This is like a movie.